Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Spill the Beans right now. Today I'm going to be sharing on how to apply the graduate visa for your dependent partner. So I'm going to share the link in the description box below for you to access and to be able to come to this page. It is in the government.uk's official website. And also I'm going to be sharing on how to apply the graduate visa for your partner. I do not have experience in completing the application for children, so I would recommend that you find a reliable information from YouTube or Google before starting your process. So here I'm going to be just sharing on how to complete your visa application, graduate visa application for your partner. So let's get started. Once you have reached this page, please go through all the information that is given in this page. It is very important that you have a good idea, and after you have read, come to almost last part where you can see there are two links, one for the partner and one for your child. Click on that link. It opens into a set of questions that you need to answer. So the first question being, where are you planning to live? It is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, which is my answer. Clicking continue. I do not have any EU, EE, or Swiss passports, so it is a no for me. Clicking continue. Do you have a valid UK biometric residence permit BRP? Yes, I do. Clicking continue. Is your name or biometric residence permit same as on your current passport, which is also a yes. Clicking continue. The next question is whether you can use the app on your own to scan the BRP chip which is there inside the BRP card. Can you scan it? So you have two options. You can either use the iPhone models or Android models. Personally, for me, I felt the Android models work better. It was very easy to use, and I could get my I could get to scan the BRP cards chip very quickly, and it was very simple process. So if you don't have an Android phone, try to borrow it with your friend, from your friend or family. And also it was a simple process. If you could get it done at home itself, there are a few things that you need to take care of, which I'm going to write down in the slide, and you can just follow those steps very and it is a very simple process. You don't have to go to any visa appointment centers to do the scanning. So just follow the information that is there on the slide. And so I'm going to click continue. So here they are saying to create a UK visa as an immigration account, which I'm going to do by clicking on the green tab below, and it is going to ask me a set of questions. It's asking, who are you creating this account for? For the sake of this video and for the better understanding, I am going to act as a dependent partner, and I'm going to fill my own application. But if the case is that you are a main applicant but you're filling it for your dependent partner, please do the needful and adjust the answer that way. So in my case, I am the dependent partner here, so I'm going to click me and continue. I have to give the name of my name, so I'm the dependent partner here, so I'm going to give my and the nationality. Clicking continue. I'm going to type in the BRP card number, which I have, and the expiry date. Also, what is the date of birth? It is what email address do you want to use when you sign into this account? So I'm going to type in the email address that I want to use, and I'm going to get a code which I have to add in, and I have to type in my mobile number as well, security code. So it's asking, do you want someone else to have access to your account? So it is up to you if you want your family member, a friend, or an immigration advisor who is helping you out to have access to this account. In my case, I'm doing it as a dependent partner. I am managing my own application, so I'm going to click no. And here we have another option to check all the answers we have provided, and then now it's asking me to sign into the um, um, account again. So I'm going to use the same details that I just gave. So I'm going to get a security message, maybe by text or by email, however I choose. So I'm going to use the text service. So I have got the security code. I'm just going to type that in. And so it says I have signed in and the application is right in front of me. It has not been started, and I can click on the green tab to start the application, and here it is. So it says apply as a dependent partner. So I am applying as a dependent partner. I can see the UAN number of my application. Similarly, you will also have a UAN number of your main applicant. So make sure to have a note of that. Then once the application is all complete, you can download the application as a PDF copy. And there are chances you may make some mistakes and you cannot go back and edit it. In that case, you can always delete this application and start this whole process again. It is very simple, so you don't have to panic. Scrolling a bit down, you would see this is how the whole application would look like. It is not complete. All of these are grayed out. Once you complete, you can see these would become blue in color, and that's how you know you have filled up all the sections. So they have got 4 sections basically. First one is identity and contact. Second one is prepare the application, pay and submit the application, and provide evidence. Newly, it has also added the visa center appointment, which is where you can book the biometric appointment. There are chances that if you are not or not able to scan the chip in the BRP, you can always book the appointment at the visa center and they can do it for you, but there would be additional fee that you have to pay. So this is how it works. Now I am going to take you in detail on the application filling process and how I have done it. So going back to that, and once we have completed the whole discussion, I can tell you what the next step process are. This is where you have to take care of the pay and submit application process. So here it is. So first one, this is the downloaded version of my application process, which is easy to describe. Start with the eligibility criteria. That is the first set of questions you have to answer. You are right now looking at the downloaded application form, which is easier for our discussion today. So the first question is, has your spouse or partner applied to work or study in the UK? The answer should be yes. They have always mentioned that your partner should, that the main applicants should have applied for their graduate visa, and only then the dependent and the partner should be applying. There are various success rates that is depending on that, so please try to make sure that your applicant, the main applicant, applies first and then you apply. Is the next question is your partner in UK right now? Answer is yes. So was your spouse or partner in the UK when they applied? Yes. And what visa have they applied for? The answer is graduate visa. So please type graduate visa or select graduate visa. Do you currently have, or did you have last have a visa or a permission as a dependent of a student? Answer is yes. Is that visa or a permission with the same main applicant as your application for graduate visa? Answer is yes. Next question, next set of questions. After the eligibility criteria is filled up, you will move on to save the options and then move on to the next one, that is the immigration advisor details. Are you using an immigration advisor based in UK? Answer is no for me, and if you are using one, please type in yes. Immigration advisor would be filling up all the details for you in that case, but if you're doing it on your own, you can make sure that there are no errors and also you save a ton of money. Next is contact preference, the third section again. The first section's third set of questions. Contact preference, please add in your email address, your phone number, the address that you're currently staying in, the town and the city, and the postcode. Next one is about your name and nationality. They ask if you had your name changed or were known by any other name. So answer was no for me. Please, in your case, if it is something different, your passport has a different name, or you have some kind of issues with your name. I've seen that there are a lot of questions that come to me based on the name. So I think you can mention that here. In my case, I did not have any changes, so it was a no. Then, do you have a valid national identity card? Yes. And the national identity card number that I gave was my Aadhaar card number. And the issuing authority was Government of India. So that is what you need to mention. Then, do you currently hold or have had any other nationality or citizenship? No for me, but if yours is yes, please do enter that detail. Then it says enter the country in which this person is, that is me, where am I based and where am I located. So it was United Kingdom. It is preferably that you should be in this country. It's not preferably, you should be in UK while you're making this application. Next is the immigration status, but also, well, I say that there are also situations where your partner might have had gone to their native place and were not with you during your entire course. You can still apply for the application, but you have to make sure that they are back in UK while they are making the application. So they can never ever make the graduate visa application when they are out of the country. So please do have that in mind. Next one is the immigration status. Do you have a current UK visa entry clearance or grant of leave? Answer is yes. What UK visa entry clearance or grant of leave do they have? So it is dependent leave to enter. So for me, this is what the visa I hold, so please enter that. So I always mention, I want to always make sure that you're following me. I am the dependent here and I am applying for myself, so it is dependent leave to enter that you need to put in this column. Please don't get confused here. Next, do you currently have application with home office that is pending and you have not received a decision? No. Now, coming to all the personal details, what is the gender of the applicant? Please do mention that. Then the country of birth, the passport number, place of issue, then issue date, expiry date. All of these has to go in. Where do you live at this address? This address corresponds to the address that you previously mentioned on the top. So don't get confused. Just answer yes and go to the next question. When did you start living at this address? So I have shifted houses thrice, and while I was making this application, I have put the date when I started living in this current address. So just put in that there needs to be no confusion with it. About your home, yes, I rent it, so I put in that. What is the name of the landlord or who is managing the property? I put their name. In my case, it is a property agency who is managing it, so I put the agency's name and where they are based, what is the address or the agency's address that I have. I put that, the postal code, address, all of these details of my agency, I have put that here. Then next they ask another question, have you lived in any other place before moving to this place? So yeah, because basically the question was like past 1 year or 2 year where all you have been staying. So based on that, please do answer. If you have shifted house like more than twice or thrice, make sure you put in all the details. You don't want to have any confusion. So yeah, so it was again a UK address where I was living before. I put that. Again, UK address, so yes. Then I say like last 5 years was the question, I guess. So this is how I answered the last one, because before that I was staying in my native country. So is this a UK address? So it was a no. When did I start living in this address and when did I stop living? So all of those details have to be put in correctly. Now coming to the question about the family and relationship, this is where you have to make sure you have the main applicant's application with you in hand to answer all the questions. So here they ask, do you have a partner? Yes, I am married or in a civil partnership. Please do put that. What is the name of your main applicant? So you are the dependent who is applying. What is the name of your main applicant? You have to put that. Date of birth, their date of birth, country of nationality, do they currently live with you, all of those details. Then has your partner ever been known by any other name? So that means, is the main applicant having any other name? No. So provide your main applicant's telephone number. Again, I did that. So does your partner have a valid passport? Yes, putting all my main applicant's passport details and everything. Can you provide this passport for verification? Yes, I can. Have you previously been in marriage or civil partnership? In my case, no, but whatever your response is, please to put that. So can you provide the details of one of your parents? So you will notice this question was not asked in the main applicant's application, but it is asked in the dependent partners one. So don't worry, just you have to put in, I put in my mother's as well as father's information, their family name, date of birth, nationality, all of these. And so the same case, I repeated the same for my second parent, my father. Again, I added all of those. Now moving to the next section, which is partner relationship details. Now you have to talk about what is your relationship with your main applicant. So have you provided the evidence of your marriage or civil partnership with this person who is a main applicant? So the answer is yes. Were you and the main applicant related or family members before you started your relationship? No. So how long have you been living with the main applicant? So you put in how long it was, and then have they been, that is a main applicant, been married to someone else or in a civil partnership with someone else? Answer the question accordingly. Then going down, it says people applying with you. So is my main applicant already have a graduate visa? So like I mentioned, me and my main applicant, we applied at the same timeline. So it was like my main applicant applied and I applied like a week after. So that is why it is a no. If the main applicant already has received their graduate visa and there is a number, you can add that. So next they ask what is next they ask what is the main applicant's UAN number. So that's why I asked, please do have the main applicant's visa application ready. From that you will get the UAN number, so you can put that in here. So do you have any children applying with you? No. And what about the financial sponsor, give you money for your living cost? No. Next is about the travel history. So how long have you lived in the UK? Then Have you spent any time outside of UK? Please do mention that. In my case, it was a no, so I put that. And how many times have you visited any of the following countries before? So if it was a yes, put that, and it was a zero for me, I put that. Have you been to any other countries in the past 5 years? So please fill the information accordingly. So my partner had a lot of work related travel, so there was a lot of field to put in if you don't have much travel in the last 5 years. So you don't have to worry about it. But if you have traveled, please make sure everything is in here. Now coming to the medical treatments in UK, if you have received any medical treatments, answer yes, and they would ask you how long was it, what was the duration. In this case, there was no medical treatment, so the answer is no. And what is the UK national insurance number? If you have it, put yes and put in the number of your national insurance. Then we have the UK driving license question. If you have a license already, put a yes, and put in, I think they would ask you for more details, but since I didn't have, or my partner didn't have the driving license, so it was a no. Have you received any public fund in the country from UK? It was a no. Next is the criminality section. There are a lot of questions that you need to go through one by one, so please do have a detailed read through in this section and answer the questions accordingly. It is all based on your criminal records, and if you have had any history, please do mention these accordingly. And you scroll down, so you come to the declaration part where you have to confirm that you understand and accept all of these conditions. And that brings us to the end of the. So once you have completed or filling all the details, so this is where we ended with the declaration. All of these tabs would start to turn blue, and it would mean that you have successfully answered all the questions. Once you give the declaration and move on to the IHS fees, you cannot make any edits. Until then you could have, but here all the time stops and you cannot make any more edits. If you have made any errors, all you can do is to go and delete this application and start afresh. But everything is good and you want to proceed, then move on to the third step, pay the IHS fees, and then move on to paying the application payment. Here, a word of caution, there are times where I've heard from many of my friends say that they didn't have to pay the IHS fees. All the money that they had to pay was for the application payment, and IHS fees was not asked. It was not deducted from their account. They are panicking. It's all fine. You can still make the application payment and proceed with your application. If the IHS fees has not been deducted, it does not mean that you don't have to pay, and or your application was not successful. You don't have to worry much. They will get back to you via email, and they will ask you to pay the amount before they give you a final go ahead and give a positive opinion. So don't worry about it. You can make a follow up. You can be following up well, but don't panic. It happens. There is some glitch in the system, that's why that happens, but do not worry. Then so you also, for our dependent partner, please upload as much evidence you can in order to substantiate your application. Please provide the rental address, rental contracts if you have in both of your names, your bank detail statements if you have a joint account with your main applicant, then any council bills or any type of electricity, water, any of the kind of bills that you pay, any credit card statements, their marriage certificate, all of those details which prove that you have been staying with this person. They know that you are married or you are in civil partnership with the main applicant, but you need to substantiate it. So any kind of evidence that supports this would actually benefit your application, so please to make sure to upload it correctly. And yeah, there it is. So if you want to upload more details, you will get an email where they say that your application was successful. Now please make sure to add more evidence. You'll get an email in your inbox. You can add more evidence there just by logging in and coming back to this page. You can add the files, and usually it takes around 3 to 4 weeks to get a response from UKVI. Sometimes it may take longer, but it is all based on the time period and how busy they are at the immigration offices. Also, once the graduate visa is approved, you'll be notified immediately via email, and within 10 working days or 10 calendar days, I guess, you would receive your BRP by post. And as soon as you receive your BRP, make sure all the details in it is correct. Don't miss out on any of them. There could be errors, but so please make sure that everything is right and filled in correctly. So once you have received the new BRP, make sure to cut the old BRP and send it back to the UKVI office immediately, or else you could get £1,000 fine, so which which we don't want. So I hope all of this information was useful, and please do let me know if you have more queries. I'm happy to answer them in the comment box below. Till we meet next time. Ciao.